Got it. Looks official.
Yep, you're good to go.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. Appreciate the opportunity to spend a little time with you in the busy season here. But we got scheduled here, I think, 45 minutes or so to share some insights. And we were pleased to have with us one of our brand partners, W&P, and their president, Kate Lubineski, is here, and she's going to spend maybe 20-25 minutes with you guys. We'll leave some time for questions, and Melissa has shared that she can field those questions for us from the, if you want to send them in through the chat or whatnot. But after the presentation, we'll take some time. You guys, if you have questions, you can direct them directly to Kate. And then when she wraps up, then I have a presentation on the Gemline side of things that will be 15-20 minutes or so, same type of thing. If you have questions, just send them in, and then we can kind of wrap it up and get you guys some answers with that. And did just want to point out that we're already into the month of December, but do a little sales incentive or something with you guys around most sales of W&P products for the month of December. We'll take the 3 winners there and work with Kate and her team, but to put together a little W&P kind of care pack that we can send to you guys you can share with your end users there with that. So did just want to put that out there, but I can stop talking and pass it over to Kate and let her share some of the good news stories around the brand.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for allowing me to spend time with you all today. The most nerve-wracking part of this presentation for me is sharing my screen and making sure that I get it right. So I'm going to kick that piece off, and hopefully I do it properly. All right. Can you see my screen?
We can.
Looks good, Kate.
Okay, great. And I think I've turned all my notifications off so I don't get my children, ask me what's for dinner in the middle of the presentation. But thank you for letting me spend time with you. I do run the W&P team. W&P is a modern kitchen essentials brand, and we are designing products that improve the way we eat and drink every day. We work with materials and creating product that are better for you and better for the planet. And that comes to life in a variety of ways across the suite of products. They fall into 3 general categories, what we call make and take category, our freezer solutions, and our cocktails. Your focus is primarily on the make and take containers, which are great when you're gifting them because people incorporate them and use them in their everyday. One of the things that's really important to us is that we make products that last a lifetime, that are good quality, that when a consumer receives it, they love it, they want to use it, they want to gift it, they want to share it. And it helps make a better impact on the planet as well to have those reusable materials. We do have, as a digitally native brand, we do have a very passionate community. I am learning to speak fluent TikTok, not only because I have 3 small boys, but because it is a platform where our products tend to go pretty viral. We have several videos that have over, several million views, and they're mainly around people making beverages or reorganizing their refrigerators. If you've never spent time on TikTok, I don't suggest that you start, but it is a great way to have people showcase your products to millions of viewers within a week, which leads some pretty exciting web sales. We do have I have to update this, but as of now, 170,000 Instagram followers, lots of direct communication with our community. And that's important, not only for brand awareness, but for us and for me as the leader of the team in particular. It gives us a really good sense of what's happening in the market and keeping our finger on the pulse of what our consumer is asking for. Product feedback, product requests, information that they're asking for. It all helps us build a better product, better packaging, better materials to engage that audience. Lots of UGC, user-generated content, which often gets shared to us via our social media channels. I'm always amazed with what our community spins up and how gorgeous their pictures are. Stuff that we probably couldn't do in-house for sure. And what I wanted to do is spend some time talking about our product development process and what makes a product a W&P product. Because I think what's really interesting about when we create products is the special sauce that goes into it. My background is has always been in the kitchen. My first job out of college was at a kitchen products company, and I just love the category and I stayed in the business. My 20 years of my career was spent at OXO, which I think is funny because when I started there, nobody knew what OXO was. And now it's a huge, massive kitchen products brand, but they really had a focus on design, which really helped inform my background. But one of the things that they didn't have is this really fun sense of color and a little bit of a playful spirit that comes into it. So I think of W&P as this really wonderful melding of a place where materials and sustainability and thoughtful design come together. So I'll take you through one of our newer products to give you a sense of like bringing that story to life of how we approached a category that's a pretty crowded category and made something that's really special and really different in the same market. But when we talk about materials, we use the very best, most durable quality materials. And when we look at our make and take containers, we're using materials that the consumer is used to eating and drinking out of. So for example, borosilicate glass is what we use in our seal tight containers or our glass, our glasses that are wrapped in silicone. So it has that nice soft feel on the outside. It's plastic free. You can eat and drink from it safely. It's dishwasher safe, but the consumer also recognizes it as a durable quality material. Same with the mugs made out of pure ceramic, in some cases, or in our insulated collection, a ceramic coated mug. So really the best materials that we have to create products that you can eat and drink safely out of. The result is always, it's always nice to get some external validation. And I do think of Consumer Reports as kind of the king or queen of external validation when it comes to product design. So the silicone bag category, it's a category that there are other products in this space, and we don't do a Me Too product. So if we're going to create a product, we're going to create a product that is different, that has a story and has a reason to be. Otherwise, we're just making another thing. And we don't want to just make another thing. We want to make something that delights the user. So for example, on our bags, our porter bags, the silicone bags, what's really fantastic about these is we decided to create these bags with a new process. So we don't use any glue or adhesives. Normally silicone bags are a front and a back and they're glued together or chemically welded together, which means that you can't flip them inside out because they have a seam. That seam though is an area where food can get trapped. And so with our silicone bags, we created a patented process by which we manufacture these bags, but you can flip these bags thoroughly inside out and scrub them, and they won't rip or tear because they're crafted from a single piece of silicone. And that's important for a few reasons. One is that if you want to put something in there that's wet or oily, like you want to marinate meats, you can actually flip it inside out, thoroughly scrub it, and then you can use it for crackers or hair ties or whatever it is that you want to use it for. But at the end of the day, it's super durable and it won't rip or tear or break. So you can basically have it for a lifetime. And what we've realized is that once people have one, they want more because they can find so many uses in their kitchen for these. And feel free to jump in if you guys have any questions, just yell them out. This is another category that we recently did innovation in, where we've done these beautiful ice trays that have all these pretty decorations to it. So when you're at home and you're making a cocktail, it's as show-stopping and stunning as any drink that you would get at, a fancy bar for about, a fifth of the price, if anybody's bought a drink lately. And so we make these gorgeous cocktail ices at home that are also great for a gift. But again, made of pure silicone with really thoughtful details like a fill line that stops the ice from overfilling. And that means that when the ice freezes, it expands just the right amount. So you get a perfectly round sphere or a perfectly square cube without any bulging or kind of overfilling. And so you get that beautiful detail every time. Again, thoughtful innovation on our ice trays. The ice cubes are individually molded, so they pop out individually. So you don't have to twist and crack a whole tray. If you want to just get 1 or 2 cubes out, it's very easy to do. What's great about that thoughtful design and all those details and touches is that it leads to really nice coverage, which your clients then see, so they recognize W&P as a brand, like, oh, I just saw that in The Strategist, or I just saw that in the New York Times. And it gives the brand a cachet, so they understand that they're getting a premium, present or product or incentive. As a sustainable brand, we do have a very strong give back program. Our goal for 2022, and I'm proud to say that not only do we meet the goal, but we exceeded the goal, was to rescue 100,000 pounds of food. Food is the basis of what we do. Every product we make starts in the kitchen. And City Harvest is a local New York City-based food rescue organization that rescues food from supermarkets and from restaurants and redistributes it to the food insecure neighbors. So we're super excited to have this partnership with them. They're very efficient, very effective, and our donations have led to 100,000 pounds of food, which feeds almost 30,000 families. And the larger that we grow, the more that give back component can scale with us, which is exciting. These are our brand partners. So you'll see us in retailers that are, retailers that are kind of tastemaker retailers, if you will, like Container Store, Sur La Table, Whole Foods, as well as West Elm and other lifestyle stores like Nordstrom's. Again, that just goes to when a product is gifted, the customer or the end user will recognize it as a product that is distributed at premium retailers. So they know the value that they're getting gifted. Press and social highlights. This is just kind of the places that we get written up in. Feeling the love. We do partner with other brands. So for example, Daily Harvest, Misfits Market, we did a bottle with Chanel, but then we also have influencers that post about us, not because we pay them, but because they love us, like a Paris Hilton or a Khloe Kardashian, which I don't think I could even afford to get a post from them anyway. So I'm glad that they love us on a personal level. But it's always great to get kind of that outside validation from tastemakers in the social sphere. Just some examples of the press. And I think you guys will have this presentation, so you can always spin through it. But it is always nice to read about the product, especially when we spent so much time working on it and making it. And then this is the Instagram. Like I said, we're now at 170,000 followers because we recently had a TikTok that went viral. So very exciting. Apparently, a lot of people love to take pictures of their refrigerators once they've filled it with fresh produce. And then people love to like and share those posts as well. And what I wanted to do is I want to stop presenting so I can show you a product. One of the things that I wanted to talk you through quickly, because I know I only have about 5 more minutes, but I do love to talk about our product. I wanted to share with you product innovation and how we approach that product innovation. So in the double wall vacuum insulated space, we've created water bottles and coffee mugs and tumblers that are double wall vacuum insulated. But I wanted to talk you through kind of how we approach this category. Because as you all know, being in this space, everybody loves to gift water bottles, but there are lots and lots of options to choose from. And like I said, we don't want to do a Me Too product. So looking at that space and saying, okay, what do people love about their vacuum insulated water bottles or mugs? And what don't they love? What are the pain points? What do people want us to solve for? And what we found, and I have deep experience in vacuum insulated space, what we found is that people love when their drinks can stay hot or cold, which is fantastic. It's such a nice surprise when it's a hot day in Texas, for example, and you've left your water bottle in the car and it's like 80 degrees and you come out and it's been sitting there for hours and you take a sip and it's still icy cold. It has that surprise and delight moment. It stops you from buying reusable water bottles. You can take your coffee or your iced drinks with you and it stays hot and it stays cold. So people love that insulating capability. But one of the things that people don't like is drinking from metal. It's not a traditional drinking material. It can impart a flavor, especially to something like a tea, like a delicate tea or an iced tea. Some people are sensitive to the taste or just don't like the feel of drinking out of metal. And so what we wanted to do is bring that kind of W&P commitment to making product that's innovative and better. And so what we've created is a water bottle or a mug that is completely coated in ceramic. So you have the double wall capability of any kind of traditional hot or cold container, but we coated the interior and the exterior completely in a ceramic coating. So that gives you the benefit of having all that great insulation properties, but we coated both inside, which there's a few brands on the market have done this, but nobody has done what we did here, which is coating the exterior. Because it kind of doesn't matter if you're drinking your iced tea and the inside is ceramic, that's great. But if your lips are touching stainless steel and it's going over the stainless, then you're going to get that taste. And that's kind of not the point. So we created a completely different animal in coating the ceramic inside and out. We've crafted it with that silicone exterior, which is so nice on your hands. If it's hot outside, or if your hands are slippery from sunscreen or they're oily, or even if you're wearing like gloves, it's not slippery. It's nice and soft, has that really great feel to it. It doesn't get hot or cold. And then you'll notice even some thoughtful design touches that maybe the consumer's not going to recognize when they are gifted this product or purchase it, but it's in the user experience, which is that we put the threading on the inside. And the reason we put the threading on the inside is because it's not really nice to drink over threading. Like when you're bringing it up to your lips and you're drinking something, that threading feels very unfinished and it doesn't feel great on your lips. And so we wanted to have a nice surface area here that's for drinking. Personally, I'm going to say this as somebody who wears lip gloss, I often find it hard to get the lip gloss out of the threading when I'm drinking from the exterior and it's threaded. Deshaun, I know you don't know what I'm talking about, but it's a little bit of a private pain point. And so some of these touches don't feel obvious, and it seems like a silly thing to like talk about or put on packaging, but it's those things that delight the consumer and they may not even know why, but they just have this emotional attachment to this water bottle because it works, it looks good, their drink stays hot, it stays cold, it tastes the way that they intended it to. And then you end up using less kind of make and take containers. You don't need to go to Starbucks to get your iced tea because your iced tea is better in your WMP bottle. So that's the insulated collection that we've crafted. And I hope that gives you a little peek behind the curtain of how we approach product development and those thoughtful touches that go into every single one of the products that we make. And so thank you for letting me take the time to tell you all about our newest innovation. And did you guys have any questions? I know I talked a lot and very quickly.
We had a comment from Robin. She said, "Love it and I need it." And
Excellent.
I will second
what I hope to come away from.
Kelly said, "All the little details that we love, but don't often think about."
Yeah, and it's hard to tell. Like it's kind of hard to tell those stories, like on packaging, for example, with the I don't have a porter bag right here, but like where the bag flips inside out, you may not realize that it does that, or you might read it on the package and think like, well, that doesn't excite me. That's fine. Maybe I can flip it inside out. But if you've ever marinated chicken breast in something and then tried to clean the inside without being able to flip it inside out, you will be delighted after using this product because you're like, oh, it's actually clean and there's no chicken juice caught anywhere. That's a big deal for those of us who love to cook. So
it's funny you say that. To just a thought too, I will just say the retail packaging of all the WMP products, it looks amazing, and it really enhances, everything that Kate walked you guys through from a product side of it. But when your customer, and I love the phrase surprise and delight, but when those gifts are gifted and they see the packaging there, it just validates, right? This gift is unique, it's different, it's elevated. This is something that, it's going to be used for a lifetime. It really just kind of takes it from front end to back end, and it really comes across really nice. And when I'm at Gemline and on the production floor, it's just unique. And I know some on this call were recently out at our facility, but from a packaging standpoint, we get it with the full retail packaging, but then we unkit it or whatever, and then we decorate the goods, and then it goes back in. And we created more space to do that, but we just know the importance of the packaging. Again, when that end client receives that wonderful WMP gift, it's going to make a pretty impactful, impression to the client there with that. So anyway, that was just a nugget there that I always love seeing it, love the colors and everything about it. And I'll stop there. I think there was a question that came across as well.
Yep. Jamie had a question and asked, what is the Gemline's policy on samples and self-promos?
So I'll jump in on that one for Kate. So samples are samples under $15 net for AIA are at no charge. And that's for Gemline products. It's for any of our retail branded partners products as well. And self-promotion is 25% off EQP for our brand partners, and then 50% off EQP for Gemline products. And if you order any of the samples directly from our website, you do get free ground shipping as well. So it's a wonderful tool. I always put it out there. Take advantage of it. It's very generous, but we know getting products in our customers' hands, typically it closes sales, there with that. So definitely take advantage of that.
One thing I did want to kind of jump in with that I didn't touch on, but our make and take containers are designed to be a suite of products that are mix and match. And so I think the nice thing there is, as you're gifting product or you have clients who are purchasing for gifting, the nice thing is that when they have a great experience and they've had a good response, like, hey, everybody loved that water bottle, what else do you have? We have that full suite. So you can go to bags, you can go to tumblers, you can go to glasses. We do have glass water bottles. We have glass, cocktail glasses. So the nice thing is, yeah, there you go. They are a suite of products that complement each other. And so if you have a good reception, and we hope that you do, there's always that add-on sale of like the next time, like, oh, here's the new colorway, or they just introduced a new size of this, or there's like cute little utensils or a lunch box that could match. I mean, there's a lot of conversations about sustainability, especially at a corporate level where senior management is pushing sustainability. Consumers are asking for products that aren't throwaway products or one or two-time use. They really want products that are quality, that do something good for the environment, and help them reduce their own personal footprint. I think that always ladders up to the kind of what the corporations are also looking for. So it's nice when the consumer and the kind of leadership are aligned on a product that is helpful for everyone.
And just to further to that point as well, a lot of the styles and colors that we have brought in, where we have success, we'll build on them. So they have a suite of different colors, patterns, fabrics, and different things. And we started to onboard more of those. And in some cases, we started to build out kits of the different products. Just as Kate had just mentioned, there's continuity to the products where they maybe one gift has been purchased, but now maybe there's a utensil set, maybe there's a drinkware, maybe there's a bowl, or the items. You guys can kit them as you see fit, but we have taken the luxury of just putting some of the kits together, proactively, and assigning an item number to 3 different products from the brand that can be purchased by colorways and different things there. But as I said, you can certainly, pick and choose different products and build out your own kits as well.
Yeah, especially as people are going into the office, sometimes in a hybrid situation, maybe the cafeteria is not fully up and running, or 2 days a week you're at home and 3 days a week you're in the office. It's really nice to have options for bringing that food with you, especially when you don't have the same routine that you used to have 5 days a week. So. And plus, I mean, I don't know if anybody's bought a salad recently, but it's like $20. So I'd rather just make and take it, right?
Yes.
It's actually useful.
So true. So true there. Well, again, we thank Kate for taking some time and sharing, the good news stories around the brand. And certainly if you have time, I would encourage you guys, look on the Gemline website. All of the products that we have available to us. There will be more products coming in January that we will be introducing in our spring assortment there with that. And you may see things that may be on their website that we don't currently carry, but you can reach out and work with your Gemline regional manager, and we can figure out like what that out of assortment minimum might be if you saw something that we currently weren't carrying there with that. So again, so if you think of different questions later as you're marinating on all these wonderful ideas, please feel free to reach out to me. I can connect with Kate. If I don't, or the Gemline team doesn't have the answers, we can get them directly from them. But again, Kate, we appreciate you taking time and walking us through this. And as I said, we will have a special or an incentive around W&P sales for the month of December as well. So with that, we'll transition over to the Gemline presentation. Just wanted to highlight some things around what we're up to with the Gemline Advantage, give you guys a little bit of the commercial on the Gemline side of things, but hopefully you guys can walk away from the meeting in addition to W&P, but what we're up to, what services we can provide to you guys, and hopefully make things easy for you as well as your customers. So with that, I'm going to pull up my presentation now. You guys see that okay? I can't see you now. My other screen's up, but I'll go ahead and jump in and kind of get moving. But there's a few different things that we hear continuously from our customers, and one of them being is inventory. And what Gemline is in line with doing is trying to take hurdles and knock them down. And we know that inventory has been a challenge for many suppliers and for many distributor partners trying to get product. But we have invested heavily going back to 2020 and then 2021, and then certainly into this year. And the 69% just represents this year's inventory of what more we have on the shelf in 2022 versus where we were last year at this same point in time. And I can tell you it's more inventory on the shelf or in transit than we've ever had in the history of Gemline. And it's not dead inventory, it's inventory in the right categories, the right styles, and with our brand partners that are driving sales for us. And then tools, again, what can we do or provide you guys to easily access the inventory that I just spoke about? So right on our homepage, you can go, and we kept it pretty simple, but looking for big inventory where you see the red circle, you can click there, and basically anything we have in our line, 5,000 units or larger, you're going to see it there at that point in time. So it'll populate all of the inventory that is 5,000 plus in inventory scale. And then you can sort from there. So if you wanted to focus only on drinkware, totes, backpacks, etc., you can just click and sort that way. But again, it's a tool that's there for you guys just to access. And I should back up a little bit. So Gemline is headquartered in Massachusetts. And the first slide when I was sharing with you guys that the amount of inventory that we're bringing in, I will tell you about 90% of that inventory we're bringing through the Port of New York or either the Port of Boston there. And again, easy transit to get it off and offloaded and then over to our facility where everything is managed there in our warehouse, and we can decorate it and get it shipped out to you. And just trying to avoid West Coast noise. And with Long Beach, I know it's gotten better, but it's worked out pretty well for us bringing things through the Port of New York there. And then all of the inventory, as I mentioned, that we're bringing in, a good portion of it is around these brand partners that you see here on the screen. Most of these brands hopefully are recognizable brands to you guys. There's, I guess around 30 or so different brands. Some of them are retail brand partners. Some are what we call house brands that our design team builds and products out underneath. But really, we're trying to create a good, better, best selling story that you guys can go to market with. W&P has a suite of products. The Curant brand is wonderful on the technology side. Igloo, Mirror, Corksicle, Papermate, Cuisinart. So really, there's just a full suite of different products. And an interesting little note around the brands, I would say 2 years ago, they probably represented 35 to 40% of our total revenue at Gemline. But fast forward to 22, that's flipped. So now 60% of our total revenue is coming through our brand partners, 40% on the Gemline side, 60% from our retail brand partners. But what we're seeing is customers are wanting to brand their brand with a brand that they know and that they trust, and that has a story that creates an experience for them. But they've been wonderful to work with. And I will tell you, there may be opportunities with some of the brands where their retail channels maybe have gotten clogged up. And if we need to dip into some inventory, maybe from a different channel, we can certainly do that as well. And then again, where is the products that we're inventorying? You know, the brands is one piece, but also there's a socially responsible side of things. And you can see the stat there, 19% of our products in 21 were coming in through single-use drinkware, sustainable materials, or the recycled material side of that. And when we wrap up 22, we'll be at around 25% is coming through one of those specific buckets. And again, we're always keeping our eye on what's trending in the marketplace. And one thing is it's sustainable products, recycled products, certainly drinkware falls into those buckets there. And then here, this slide here, what's trending it with us and what have we been up to? You know, I'll focus on just a couple of these things. And the top one on the left is from a staffing perspective. And, you know, I've been in this industry probably around 18 years or so. And I would tell you about 16 of those years, I never talked about staffing, but the last 2 years, it's become, you know, really up in every conversation that I have with some of our strategic accounts. And really, you know, from a service standpoint, answering the phone in a timely manner, responsive on emails and those types of things seems like standard order. But with many, I heard that wasn't the case this year or years before. And we really ramped up. We were fortunate that Gemline is a place of destination for employees. And we ramped up and for the production floor as well as in the office with customer service. And back in June, we started up a third shift just to get ahead of the demand that we knew that would be coming in Q3 and Q4. And it allowed us to actually have and build an additional, you know, 40% capacity to get orders in and out the door. And probably more important to you guys is our lead times. We've been able to maintain our standard lead times of 5 days, but also we were able to keep our fast track service, which is our expedited service. We'll take orders up until 9 p.m. and ship them out either the next day or 2 days or 3 days after that. So a wonderful service. We have a gentleman's agreement with our operation lead that I don't want to fluctuate off of that. So I don't want it to be 5 day standard and have our fast track available, but 2 days from now, it's 20 days out. You know, it's not fair to our customers. So we want to maintain that. And we are going to maintain those lead times throughout the balance of the year. But you can see some other things from a fulfillment standpoint. We do drop ships for our customers. It's a $5 net charge for that. Add-ons, we have sustainable boxes that we put our kits in, and you can scan them. You can see where the materials are coming from. Eco-friendly products is 233 of them is a part of it. But big part of what we're doing is taking care of our customers and providing easy levels of service and being that easy supplier partner that you guys can work with. Another piece of things is I touched on the fulfillment and the kitting side of it, but did just want to point out, you know, there will be kits that we already have pre-assembled for you guys. But as I said, you can build your own kit. So you can take a W&P drinkware piece, you can take a popcorn popper, you can take a blanket that we have and build out, you know, Netflix kit that you wanted to send out to your clients, perfectly fine. And if you wanted to supplement that kit with a big fleece sweatshirt or something from Sanmar, we can also take products out of our assortment and bundle it together with the W&P popcorn kit, the drinkware, and the blanket from Slow Tide to round out that assortment. There is a small charge for the products that come outside of our building or say soft goods or whatnot, but we're happy to do it, to build out the kits for you guys there with that. So we would just have to quote that out, so you would have the cost there for it. but typically it's going to start around 48 cents net for something that's outside, and it could slightly build up from there. And then a focus around corporate social responsibility is something that's always been important to Gemline. Just being candid with you guys, we haven't always done a great job of sharing that information with our partners, but we've now are doing a much better job with that. Our leadership team understands your customers sometimes it's a request that's important to them, and that it's a part of RFPs and different things that are out there. So we're doing a better job. You can actually go to our website, and we have a tab where you can click and you can see all the things that we did in 21 as well as in 22, and then some of the forward-looking things that we're looking to do in 2023. So in essence of time, I'm not going to go through all of the different things, but I will tell you one of our big initiatives, though, as we move into finishing up 22 and into 23, is we want to eliminate PVC from all of our products. And that's a goal, to be 100% PVC free by 2025. By the end of this year, we are hoping to be around 80% there. We would just have to flush through all of that inventory that I had mentioned to you before, where some of the products does have PVC in it. But that is a goal that we will get there certainly by 2025, 100% free of PVC. And then too, just to further the conversation around corporate social responsibility, brands. And we talked about the brands that we have in our portfolio, but there's 6 of them that also have a unique give back story. And Kate shared with you what W&P is doing there with their partnering with City Harvest, but Slow Tide with the blankets, Moleskins with the journals, Modern Sprout, Mirror, and Corksicle on the drinkware side of things, all have a unique story there with this. And I will share this presentation with you guys, but I would just ask you guys, take a little time to get to understand what are these brand partners doing from a give back perspective. Some of your customers, maybe they care, maybe they don't, but we have found when we share the stories behind the products and the experiences that they were creating, sometimes it's changed the perspective, where they were coming in wanting product A and maybe leaving with product B once they understood the story, the give back, and the cause that the brand partners are putting together there with it. So I would encourage you guys to take some time, get to know it. On our website, there's information about each of the different brands and what they are doing. But we're happy to be partnering with all of them. Really positive stories there that are happening. And then here, I wanted to share a little bit about how we can make, again, life easy for you. And again, people are working from their home, from the office, and maybe it's a shared type of thing. But we have really wanted to push forward with the tools and that are available to you guys to be able to work with. And all the product images there, you will see a flat image, but there's 360-degree turns and looks and looking inside the products. There's product videos that really call out some of the products. The flat picture, it looks to be a certain size and scale, but when you have the actual video, you can see the products being utilized with other things and being stored and holding different things. It gives a different perspective with it. And similar to that, I will say the lifestyle imagery on the bottom left has done wonders for us as well as our customers. And really, with all of our categories and all of our brand partners, if you are on the website, you'll be able to click through, and there's multiple pictures and images of, you can see the product in use and how the experience can be created there. But if you have company stores, web stores, catalogs, or those types of things, it certainly can help enhance that selling experience there with that. And then also on the product information sheets, when you log on to be a user, it'll give the retail price as well as the net price and some other things that I'll go over on the next slide with you too. And then the e-catalog, I did just want to point out, you can add your logo or as well as any of your end clients' logo on the front of the book or on all the products that are featured in our digital catalog, or our lookbooks that we do create as well. And then here, I just touched on some of the things, but the enhanced, like on the web tools, you can sign up to be a user. I think it's 3 questions that it may ask. And there you can see many of the different features that are available to you, where in real time you can see inventory of not only what we have on the shelf, but what's the next order that's coming in for that, but tracking of your orders, your art history. There's many, many different things that are there. But again, we wanted to create the tools that allow you to work either from the office, your home, during normal work hours, but I don't know what normal is anymore, or all throughout the night. So, but I would encourage you guys to just sign up if you haven't signed up. It's a pretty basic process that we can walk you through if you need help with that. And then too, Global Solutions is what we call our direct import arm. So anything you see on our website, any of the different products that are there, we can customize those products to meet or match a certain PMS color. If you wanted a zipper pull, if you wanted a step and repeat liner in the inside, we can make all of those things come to life. The reality is you got a whiteboard and we can create and build products to meet your customers' needs that are there. And with that, there's different sides of it. I will just high level just tell you the minimums to do something like this is it's based off a dollar value. So if you took a basic tote and you want to customize it roughly we're looking for around $6,000 net for us to do it. Sometimes the product or the fabric may have a minimum that's assigned to it. I would say between 800 or 1,000 pieces, but not relatively not huge quantities that you're going to have to do to meet the minimums there. Lead times on it, it's around 90 days for us to get it done. And you can, if you have programs and you're just ordering the same Igloo tote or cooler bag every month, you can order and save around 20 to 30% if you just keep the product just as is. Or we have stock modified, where you can take a stock product and you change the color, the zipper pull, etc. Or we do fully customized products as well. So there's many things we can do. It's a big part of our business, makes up about 15% of our total revenue. But it's a great way to kind of customize, keep things unique there for your customers. And then here, we can also do that with some of our brand partners as well. I touched on some stock modified, the travel collection. You can see with Rumi there, or that GTO bag is a standard, but we can customize the liner on the inside or the exterior of it. Moleskin is another where we can do full wraps on the journals. We can put messages or anything on the inside of the products. Igloo and then Slow Tide are examples of other brands that we can do. So it's a big part of it. If you're doing custom projects with your clients, I would certainly give Gemline a call, at least where we can have some conversations, discuss the opportunities. We're turning our quotes around and no later than or longer than 48 hours. And in many cases, we can get it done in a day. We can get samples turned around pretty quickly if need be. And then bulk orders, as I mentioned, typically are 90 days, but we do have some special programs where we can turn the product in about 60 days for you as well. And then, what's selling, what's working in the marketplace and in the office and beyond is really what we're starting to see. But you can see from a category perspective, blankets, coolers, drinkware, stationery essentially is our Moleskin category. Technology, food and gifts, home office, and then the outdoor side of things. So we have products that fall underneath each of these different buckets. And as I touched on earlier, it's really about creating a good, better, best selling story within each of these different categories. And I will tell you, in each of those categories, we are inventoried in a pretty strong position there with that. And then here, the next, getting close to wrapping up, I just wanted to highlight A few new brands that we have brought on board, Stonewall Kitchen and their family of brands that kind of wraps up underneath our Gourmet Expressions, which is our food category. And we do food just a little bit differently. So most of our food that we're offering up is getting bundled or collaborated with other products. So you may see W&P or Mir or an Igloo cooler, but we want to create gifting experiences that are long lasting. So after you consume the food on the individual or group basis, you would still have that gift that continues to give, or you can reuse or repurpose there with that. But Stonewall Kitchen, for those in the Northeast, may be pretty familiar with those brand of foods that are there. And then another brand that we brought on board is called Be Home. And again, with many people working from home, spending more time at home with their family and our friends, these products we felt would be a really good fit for what we're doing and directionally where we're going. But you'll see everything from the measuring cups and the cocktail shakers, and then the containers and insulated infused gifts that are there. So it's interesting now when I bring some of these products home. My boys are a little older than Kate's, but they want to start tapping into the infused kits and the cocktail shakers and all that. But I can say quality control and the usage of these, they've all happened at the Diggs household, and these are great products there. And then the last one here is La Cuisine. And again, we're seeing a trend, and one of the slides I had earlier, around verticals and in certain trades, we're going to start building more products out. And certainly around home-based and cooking and that type of thing, you're going to see more of these accessory kind of products with the pot holders and charcuterie boards and the baking utensils and aprons we've always had, but now kind of expanding. But then they would be complemented around some of our Gourmet Expression gifts and foods as well. So all kinds of fun things that we're doing. All of these products that I've shared with you are currently available on our website, where you can kind of see all of the different things that are there. But just wrapping up, or did want to highlight some of the benefits that you get as an AIA owner. And a couple of things there around it is, we touched on it earlier, but samples, again, under $15 net, no charge to you. If you utilize the website to get them, you get free ground shipping on that. Self promotions, as we touched on, spec samples matches up just as the self promotions do. 50 off EQP for Gemline products and 25% off EQP for the retail brands. And drop shipments, that $6.25 equates to $5 net for you. And art is at no charge. The fulfillment and insertions, 48 cents net is the standard. But we ask to quote those things if we're building kits out for products that are coming in outside of our assortment there with things. So that kind of wraps up everything there. With that, I do thank you guys for your time, for your business, and your support. And I'll pause here. I've been running my mouth for quite a bit, but I want to check in with you guys to see if there were questions around anything that I covered.
Deshaun, just correct me if I remember correctly, but you can get up to 3 of any particular SKU for those samples, as long as the per piece price is $15 net or less, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Okay. So 3 of one thing, but yes, you can get multiple products. You can order different things. Some people think, is it one item or up to 15? No, if you're trying to win business and you have a W&P product, a drinkware product, a tote bag, a backpack, it doesn't matter. You send it in, but I would encourage you guys, utilize the website and take advantage of the free ground shipping there with that. Any other questions?
The W&P silicone bags are under $15 net.
Soft plug there. Thank you.
Thanks for the plug, Melissa. If you're ready to marinate some chicken for the weekend.
That's right. Got to go get it, guys. Take full advantage of that.
Our staff is going to be going back to the office 3 days a week after the new year, and I was like, I need a new lunch bag.
Need it. I'm telling you, they're battle tested in the Diggs household. I can tell you, they've withstood the battles of my family. So that's saying a lot there with that. with 3 boys. But like I said, if there's no questions now, feel free. If something comes up later, send it in, email me, call us, whatnot. Happy to get back with you guys on it. And we'll send out and share the presentation. And as I mentioned, we are going to pick 3 winners for December sales of W&P products. It needs to ship by December 31st, but we'll pick those top sellers, and we'll put together a little gift kit for you guys that you can repurpose for your end client, or if you want to keep it, that's really up to you. But again, as we stated, getting the products in your hands, whether through winners or order samples, but we know when you use this product, we feel very, very confident that you're going to fall in love with it. And it makes it very easy for you guys to go out and then sell that to your clients. It's the end game what we're all looking for. So again, we appreciate the support. We appreciate your business. We look forward to hopefully seeing some of you guys in Vegas, and come by and see us at our booth. And we'll see you at some of your events that Melissa has been planning for. So you guys better show up to all the events she's doing all that work for us. So again, thank you guys. We appreciate the time.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
You guys take
Have a
care.
great December. Bye.